Welcome to the True World Order. The last 3 years have been a wild ride, with so many changes and events that have triggered crises, wars, famines, and other consequences we couldn't even imagine. The world feels like everything is upside down. But 2023 will be another crisis year. In this video, we're going to talk about the future of the Ukraine war, the economic collapse we're witnessing, and other important events that could change the course of our future. If you thought 2022 was bad, you should brace for impact. The world has not yet fully recovered from the COVID-19 pandemic, and the pandemic highlighted the weaknesses in our fragile just-in-time delivery system. A system that is only working when everything is happening as expected, and that doesn't allow for any disruptions. But now, the world is struggling with the COVID-19 fallout, and the war in Europe. The global economy is sliding into a crisis. A crisis that is global, interconnected, and with no solution at the horizon. The global economy is now expected to grow by 2.7%, 0.2% lower than previously expected. While increased energy prices were a major problem for the Eurozone, outbreaks of the COVID-19 pandemic in China have become a persistent cause of supply chain problems. China's growth is forecast to accelerate to 4.4% next year, which is still low by Chinese standards, and 0.2% lower than July's outlook. Although the United States labor market remains strong, job growth appears to be slowing in response to the US Federal Reserve's aggressive interest rate increases. The IMF slashed its outlook for growth in the United States from 2.3% to 1.6% this year, and it expects only tepid growth of 1% in 2023. The world economy has run into multiple obstacles, with the Ukraine driving up food and energy prices already elevated by the COVID-19 pandemic, soaring inflation, and rising interest rates also threatening to reverberate. The economic crisis that the world is in right now is our background. It links, sometimes triggers, and sometimes amplifies crises that seem to have nothing to do with the financial markets and the economy. Whatever happens in a country, a bad economic situation will strengthen the observable effects. For example, next year there will be parliamentary and presidential elections in Turkey. The country has regional ambitions and it has disputes with almost all its neighbors, especially Greece. The dispute about militarization of islands right off the Turkish coast was in the headlines for weeks, but also its role in the Ukraine conflict as a mediator between Ukraine and Russia. The economic situation in Turkey is not looking good, with a record-breaking 85% inflation making life for ordinary Turks increasingly difficult. In conclusion, the world needs to brace for another difficult year. The current economic crisis will have an impact on other crises, and we need to be prepared for the potential consequences of the Ukraine war, the economic collapse, and other important events that could change the course of our future. Stay informed, stay safe, and stay strong.